Good afternoon, everyone, or morning, wherever it might be in the world, wherever you might be living in the world. I'm here with my um, panel member, Lynn Ritchie. I'm so happy to be here with you today, Lynn, and I know we're going to share lots and lots of value today. My name is Sharon Sutherland. I am so glad to be here with you on this day. First, I want to give an honor to our Lord and Savior who allowed us all to be here on this beautiful, beautiful day to learn from one another, to support one another in our businesses, and to mastermind with one another so that we can better understand the processes we need to go through in order to have a successful business online or offline. Today we're going to be talking, reading from the book Jack Canfield. We're going to start with Principle One, taking 100% responsibility for your actions. Um, Hold on. Starts on page 3. And if you do not have the book, you can go to connect with the person who invited you here, or you can go to Amazon and purchase the book. Um, this is a rather long chapter, and I think we'll just pick up on some key points. Lynn, is that okay with you?
Yeah, I just noticed it is a very long chapter
Yes, it
with two
is.
people.
Yes, it is. Um, but Jim Rohn said you must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the season, or the wind because you can because but you can change yourself. Um, if you want to be successful, you have to take 100% responsibility for everything that you understand, learn, and implement in your life. This includes the level of your achievements, the results you produce, the quality of your relationship, the state of your health and physical fitness, your income, your debt, your feelings, everything. And this task, it is not going to be easy, but anything that you really want in life, you must work hard in order to achieve it. Do you agree with that, Lynn?
Yes, I do. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Also, when when things do not happen the way you want them in life, you must stop blaming others and take responsibility for the outcome. We must take a hard look at ourselves to determine what we are doing incorrectly and make a conscious effort to correct it. You know, George Washington Carver stated that 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. In order to have everything you ever wanted in life, you, nobody else, you must take 100% responsibility for the end results. There are no excuses for that because if everything that happened in the past, you need to leave it in the past because you can't change the past, but you can start a new day. You can do a new beginning and you can make it count by moving forward. So, what you do, you learn from your past mistakes and you start over from this point. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about was is something called E plus R equals O. And E stands for events. The R is response and E equals outcome. Now, to help you get from point A to point Z, Jack Canfield provided this formula to help you to get to where you want to be. And this means that everything you experience in life, no matter what it is the result of the way you responded to something that took place at an event or as the result of an event that happened in your life. And when these events or whatever happens, you got two choices. Number one, you can blame the event, which is E, for the lack of results, which is O, your outcome. And when the outcome occurs, we have a defeatist, destructive attitude that limits our outcome. And you must take a hard look at yourself and learn from feedback that is given. You should be educating yourself through reading and learning from others. You, you alone are responsible for acquiring new skills and knowledge from like-minded people in your life and learn how to manage your finances. And when you take a look at the events that occur, are you making excuses because you do not have or have not acquired the goals and the dreams that you set? No one else, you. So what do? You review the events of your life and you make the necessary changes. And what is this called? Taking 100% responsibility for your life. And then he said, number two, you can instead simply change your response, which is R, to the event, which is E, the way things are, until you get the desired outcome, which is O, that you want. And what this means is the way to get to your desired outcome. You must change how you think about things, how you communicate to others, and finally, how you see yourself. The question you are probably asking yourself is, how do I do this? You must take charge of your thoughts and your images and your dreams and daydreams and your behavior. You notice I said your. And everything you think, say, and do needs to become purposeful and aligned with your purpose, your values, and your goals. It is amazing how your attitude and behavior can create a completely different experience. Now, when you're thinking negative thoughts or thinking positive thoughts, or you're leaving the house prepared or unprepared, that makes the difference in what type of results your E, your events, plus R, your response, will determine your outcome. And you, only you have control over the events, the response, and the outcome. When I was growing up, my mother always say, every consequence, every action has a consequence. So if you are out there doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, like the event, and then the response is not what you expected, then you got the outcome that you deserve. So, you need to be careful and mindful of the events and the responses and the outcome. Anyone want to comment or anything?
I agree with you 100% on this. Sometimes it is hard. The way to change is through awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness is a big aspect of this. And a lot of us react, like you said, to past, response. Instead of, I read CWG and it said something, instead of reaction, create. And I love that response. I try to implement it in my life. It has made a change. Also, ego versus spirituality. You get a confrontation with somebody, they want that ego-based confrontation back. The best thing to do is stay calm, stay cool, and they back off.
Exactly.
And that's coming from experience.
Exactly. Wayne Dyer, also is a co-author of How to Get What You Really, 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 Really Want. Stated, all blame is a waste of time. No matter how much fault you find with another, and regardless of how much you blame him, it will not change you. If you want to be successful in life, you must stop blaming others for you not achieving your dreams and goals. You must be the one to change what? Your mindset. You are the one that must take massive action. And you are the one that must make the tough choices to get you, nobody else, you, where you want to be and desire to be. In the end, your thoughts, you thought the thoughts, you created the feelings, you made the tough choices and said the words. And that's why you are where you are today. So you need to think about, was I thinking positive thoughts? Was I being positive in my response? Was I being positive with anything in my life? And if not, is this why I'm where I am today? Now, if I had to turn that around and had positive thoughts, created positive feelings, and made the tough choices that I needed to make at that time, I would probably be where I want to be today. Now, let's talk about complaining for a moment. Now, complaining is, people complain when they don't have everything that they want. And you must have a reference point to know that there's something bigger and better than what you currently have, and you want to go and get it. It could be more money, a bigger house, a more fulfilling job, more fun, like taking vacations and traveling and doing whatever you want. Or it could be a more loving spouse. Now, if you really and truly want to go from where you currently are to where you see yourself, you must take risks. And in order to achieve this, you must stop complaining. You must stop spending time with complainers and get on with creating the life you are visualizing for yourself. Anyone have anything to add to that?
Well, you can complain all you want, but you have to implement action. And yeah, it's kind of useless energy spent.
Exactly.
You confront the issue at large instead of whining about it and being a bunch of drama and things like that. I can't deal with that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
At workforce, I have a different work ethics than the younger generation. They work hard enough not to work than they do to work.
Absolutely.
So, third shift Miss Lynn had to pick up after all the horses, It's amazing to watch these kids. And they would complain about me because I would pick up mistakes that they did and call them out, and they didn't want to fess up to it.
That's right.
When they're all sleeping at night and they didn't make the housekeeping, didn't do the right thing at hotel, guess who had to answer to those guests coming in?
Absolutely.
I did. And I was huge on responsibility. Also, we're talking about responsibility and complaining. I am the type person, when I worked for corporate America, I would say to my boss, if I am doing something wrong, please correct me. Because I want to do it right. Please correct me. And that's the kind of person I am.
Okay.
I guess it's a rarity in today's society, but, like I said, I am who I am.
Absolutely. And I love you just the way you are.
Well, thank you. I love you too.
Yes, yes, yes. But the other thing, when it was talking about ER and O, you know, you have, let me give an example of ER and O. Say, for example, I gave you, Lynn, $1,000. The event was you accepted the $1,000. Your response, you went out on the town and you party, party, party all night long. And the outcome was you're now broke again. But the other choice is that $1,000 I gave you, if you invested it in mutual funds, what would your outcome be? You now have increased your net worth. So you have to make sure that you always get the event, which is the E, the response, which is R, to get the desired outcome that you want. So, people have to think about that, am I getting what I want out of life? Am I doing everything that I need to do so that I can achieve my dreams and goals? I see myself there. I visualize myself there. But am I really going to get there from doing the activities that I'm currently doing? So, we need to think about that.
Absolutely. And when you're young, you tend to not think about aging.
Mhm.
You don't ever think about someday you're going to retire, you're going to be 65 or whatever. And I believe it's good to teach the younger generation that you have to plan. If I fail to plan, I plan to fail.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. And a lot of times when people are complaining, they're complaining to the wrong people. If you have a problem with the way someone is acting or treating you, or a behavior change, or something has occurred, then you need to go to that person and speak to them about what is going on, instead of telling everybody and his brother about what's going on. You need to go to the person that you have the issue with to get the issue resolved. You need to say, when you want to improve working conditions, or you want to find a new job. Either way, you will get to be the one to make the change. As the old adage say, don't just sit there and complain, do something. And remember, it's up to you to make the change, to do something different. The world doesn't owe you anything. You have to create it.
Very powerful.
Yes, I love that. Yes, I love that. I highlighted that in the book.
Yeah, you can live with your head in the sand all you want. I'm going to give you an example of an experience in my life. At this particular hotel I worked at, we had this little store inside. It was an extended stay, like little apartments. We'd have guests one guy stayed a year.
Oh, wow.
And because of government contracts. Well, I would, at night, stock everything up. Well, we had fresh fruit, and I noticed some of it was moldy, so I took it out. So I put it in a bag, and my manager actually got mad at me.
Oh, wow.
And I said, you know what? I don't care if you get mad at me or not. I am not stocking moldy fruit in there. Exactly. You can't do something like that. It's just, it's crazy.
Exactly.
So he was so mad. So it just happened, my area manager came in, and I talked to him about it, and we resolved it. But I always go to management.
Exactly.
I didn't go to other coworkers and, like you said, complain, whine, whatever. Start the drama, start the rumors, all this crap.
That's right.
And again, awareness and taking personal responsibility for your actions. If I got fired over moldy fruit, so be it. Because in Tennessee, we're a right to work state. You can come in and for no reason they can fire you. You always have this dagger over your head.
Mm-hmm.
However, sometimes you still have to take that chance. You still have to speak up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, when you put everything into play and you are taking 100% responsibility for your life, guess what? Life becomes much easier. Successful people, on the other hand, face facts squarely. They do the uncomfortable and keep steps to create their desired outcome. Successful people don't wait for disasters to occur and then blame something else or someone else for their problems. Now, once you begin to respond quickly and decisively to signals and events as they occur, life becomes much easier because you're being open and honest with yourself. You start to see improved outcomes both internally and externally, which is very, very important. And the bottom line is that you are the one who is creating your life the way it is. The life you currently live is the result of all of your past thoughts and actions. You are in charge of your current thoughts and your present feelings. You are in charge of what you say and what you do. You are also in charge of what goes in your mind, the books and the magazines that you read, the movies and television shows you watch, and the people you hang out with. Because every action is under whose control? Your control. So to be more successful, all you have to do is act in a way that produce more of what you want. Now, isn't that simple?
So simple, it's hard, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's what the scary part is about a lot of people, when I can't say a lot of people, when you are achieving success is to get there. The steps are simple, but we make it complicated. And when you make it complicated, it makes it hard for you to get to your desired outcome. And to get there, it's simple.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to face adversity from other people. They don't like when you change.
Mm-hmm.
And Wayne Dyer had this saying, and I love it. I'd rather be loathed for who I am than loved for who I am not.
Absolutely.
And I live by that. Believe me, I'm loathed. But you know what? I really don't care. Like I said, I just want to be loved for who I am. If you can't accept who I am, so be it.
Absolutely.
If I have
I
to live
agree.
alone on a hill, I'll live alone on a hill. But I'm sure there's somebody out there who appreciates me. My husband does. Who
That's
I
what's
am.
important. That's
Yes.
what's important. Now, just like Lynn was just saying, simple isn't necessarily easy. And though this principle is simple, it's not necessarily easy to implement. It requires concentrated awareness, dedicated discipline, and a willingness to experiment and take risks. You have to be willing to pay attention to what you are doing and to the results you are producing. You have to ask yourself, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your manager, your teachers, and your coaches, and your clients for feedback. Is what I'm doing working? Could I be doing it better? Is it something more I should be doing that I'm not doing? Is there something I am doing that I should stop doing? How do you see me limiting myself? These are all things you need to ask others, and don't be afraid of the outcome because it might be the one thing that you are missing that could make a change in your life. It could improve your relationships, your life, your game, or your performance. And without feedback, you couldn't do that. So you need to ask yourself, how am I creating and allowing this to happen? What am I doing that's working that I need to be doing more of? What am I doing that's not working? What am I doing that I need to try to see if it works? You know, this we just need to be paying attention to the results, and don't lie to ourselves. The easiest way, the best way to find out is what is or isn't working is to pay attention to the results you're currently producing. You could either rich be rich or not. You either command respect or you don't. You either golfing par or you're not. You're either maintaining your ideal body weight or you are not. You're either happy or you are not. You either have what you want or you don't. It's that simple. Results don't lie. You should have to give up the excuses and justifications and come to terms with the results you are producing. If you are under quota or overweight, all of the great reasons in the world won't change that. The only thing that will change your results is to change your behavior. Get some sales training. Change your sales presentation. Change your diet or the way you eat. Dieting is a lifestyle change. So you don't necessarily want to diet. You want to change the way you eat and consume fewer calories and exercise more frequently. These are things that will make a difference. But you have to first be willing to look at the results you are producing. And the only starting point that work is reality. So start paying attention to what you are doing. Look around at your life and the people in it. Are you and they happy? Is there a balance, beauty, comfort, and ease? Do you have a system that works? Are you getting what you want out of life? Is your net worth where you want it to be? Are your grades satisfactory? Are your health healthy, fit, and pain free? Are you getting better in all areas of your life? If not, then something needs to happen. And only you can make it happen. Don't kid yourself. Be ruthlessly honest with yourself and take your own inventory. Wow, that was powerful.
I'll give you an example of this. Before I had my weight loss surgery, I tried dieting. Of course, the word in diet is die. You really don't change your, it's just kind of temporary. I tried Richard Simmons. I tried Weight Watchers. I tried this, and I'd always go back to my old habits. Well, I went to the doctor one day. I had bronchitis, I believe. And I saw in his notes he wrote the word obese. And I said, oh, what? I'm obese? I never thought of it as that. You just look in the mirror. And again, boils down to awareness. So I looked in the mirror and I started getting chest pains at age 42. And I said, whoa, I'm a carbon copy of Dad. I'm going to end up dead if I don't do anything. I weighed 300 pounds.
Wow.
Well, at the same time, Carney Wilson came out with bariatric surgery. She had it. It worked for her. When I read her book, I knew it was right for me. There was no doubt. I mean, I did my research. This is a tool. It's only a tool, but you have to make a lifetime change. So I went through the surgery. Had her book right by my bedside. And it was quite a journey. I had been hiding a lot of my feelings for a long time, and I took food as a comfort. Mm-hmm. And once you start losing the weight and, you start getting into smaller pants and all this stuff. I mean, I was size 26. I can remember when I got into, an 18, 16. And yes, every size is a celebration. But also, I was learning to become myself, and a lot of people didn't like that change, and they didn't like the new Lynn. They wanted the old Lynn, who was quiet and sitting in the corner, not saying anything. But that's when I got my first job, and I call it my first job. I was a stay-at-home mom before, and I started doing things for me, and it affected all aspects of my life, but I'm still me. And this happened in 2001, and I've still pretty much kept the weight off. I could exercise more, and that's something I really have to work on within, and I'm going to work on within. But, protein first, veggies, fruit. To this day, if I eat sugar, I'm going to get sick to my stomach and vomit. It's called dumping syndrome. And that's a reminder of, hey, something's kicking back and your body's rejecting it. Also, if I eat red meat, my husband made some spaghetti, and there was a sauce. I got sicker and I died. I said, what is going on? Well, there was a little bit of ground beef in the sauce, and he didn't know it. My body kicked it back. It's used to regular tomato sauce, vegetables, or we eat turkey hamburger or turkey sausage. And that's just an example of the tool. It's a tool, but you have to implement that life change to make it work. And that goes in other areas of everyone's life. If you want to change, you have to keep implementing it. Be aware and just do it. Just like Nike. Just do it.
And you know what, Lynn, that's an awesome story. And I thank you for sharing it. But that is you taking 100% responsibility for your life, for your outcome. And you already knew what you wanted your desired outcome to be. So you took full responsibility and you made sure that that happened. And weight loss is a hard thing. I'm trying as well to lose weight, but I'm not as active as I want to be yet. And when I get there, I know that I'm be dancing all over this house. And the weight is just
dancing with you.
All right, girl. And
we'll move you together.
That sounds like a plan to me. Do you have anything else you want to add, my dear? Because we're getting ready to close out.
Okay, one more story.
Okay.
I'm good at stories. Taking risk. One night it was 14 below zero in Tennessee, and we had an ice storm. Where I worked was right off the interstate. People were trapped for miles. I took the back way into work. This was right before Christmas, like the 22nd or 23rd. People were knocking on the hotel door. The hotel was full. It's like, God, how do I help these people? Well, what I did was let them come in the lobby. And I said, all I request of you is, I gave them blankets and pillows, is that you try and keep the noise down. I have guests here that are paying. And please be out of here by 6 in the morning because I have a boss coming in. And I really didn't know if I was going to be fired or not. Well, they really appreciate what I did. I made some hot chocolate for them and coffee and a few little small things. And then I remember the last guest that came in, the baby, this lady was nursing a baby. And I put her in the gym room where the exercise equipment is, so they would have their privacy, and the baby was crying so it wouldn't, mess up everybody else in the lobby. So I told my boss, I said, I know you're going to get mad. This is what I did last night. And I was straight. He said, you did the right thing, first of all. So this lady comes running up far left. She goes, please don't fire this woman. She's an angel. I looked at her. I said, I'm no angel, ma'am. I said, I was just trying to do the right thing.
Amen. Amen. Then you did the right thing.
I have no regrets.
Good. Good, good, good. All right. I was looking in the audience to see if we have any questions. We have no questions. And I appreciate you being here today. I really, really hope that this hangout has provided some value to you. And please connect with the person that you invited you here to this hangout so that you can start your journey to financial freedom. And you are taking 100% responsibility for your life and your outcome. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel called The Fearless Online Entrepreneurs so that you can stay up to date with our team. And I want to thank you, Lynn and I want to thank you for joining us today. We will be back on Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and goodbye for now.
Bye now.